Gemini, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week it's Christmas week, so we're going to see what is in store for you if we're looking, at a happy sort of Christmas. Lots of gifts coming through to you one way or another. What's Santa bringing your way? Okay, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. But this week we have the magical messages from the fairies oracle. I do have the jester lenormand as well as the love angels oracle. So just doing a bit of a rough sort of check-in, seeing what's happening, if there's anything important that you need to know about Christmas week. Okay, so we are sort of looking at, I am aware that these weekly readings will be sort of going over Christmas. So we are sort of looking, not just Christmas itself, but, a couple of days either side as well. Okay, Gemini, messages for Gemini. Anything important Gemini needs to know this Christmas? Pardon me. I was actually just sort of being drawn to the reindeer song. I can't even remember the song, but it's the reindeer song with all the reindeer. The idea of reindeer is coming through heavily, one way or another. Just my attention keeps getting drawn back to reindeer. We do have the spiritual teacher card coming through. So I do feel for a lot of you though, it's this spiritual teacher message is actually somehow connected to reindeer. That's really odd. It does say your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. The spiritual teacher card, it can also talk about, in order to teach, we need to learn as well. So I kind of feel as though this is something to do with like shedding your antlers kind of thing, and that, certain times of the year you got to be ready to, pull that sleigh, and other times of the year you got to rest and, build up strength. It's something about the cycle of, like learning and growing, and then, being able to pass that information on to others. So something here about, shedding out the knowledge that you have taken on, all the things that you have learnt this year. It's kind of time for you to teach those things to somebody else or others just in general, or really talk about what I've learnt this year. I'm kind of getting that Thanksgiving kind of message as well, where we sort of sit down and talk about what we're thankful for. But I know that Thanksgiving has already happened. We don't even celebrate Thanksgiving here in Australia, so it's not really a thing here. But it's just giving me this teaching, but then shedding those antlers by teaching somebody else what you have learnt, and not being afraid to sort of lock horns with somebody and, teach the young bucks how to fight. This is, so I'm getting a lot of weird deer references, so I don't know why that's coming through so strongly for you, Gemini. It may, it may mean something specific to somebody. There may be, you may be seeing deer this Christmas, okay? Which is weird. I only found out a few years ago that we actually have a lot of deer in Australia. I didn't even realise. I have never personally seen one in the wild, but, apparently we have quite a lot of deer in Australia. It's never been deer that I've hit. I've hit kangaroos with my car. I've never encountered a deer. But, maybe if you're traveling this Christmas and you are somewhere where there is deer, be careful. Okay, I am getting deer coming through here strongly, and the one that kind of just flew out here is the rider, which it can actually talk. It traditionally we see someone on the horse. It's a little hobby horse in this one, so for some of you there may be some sort of fun Christmas games that involve maybe that's a game that you're playing over Christmas. It's like I'm sort of seeing pin the tail on the donkey, but it's a reindeer. Pin the antlers on the reindeer. So there may be some sort of fun Christmas games that you're playing with that as well. But the rider traditionally is a person sitting up on a horse, and the more modern version of that is a car, a person sitting in a car. So there may be some travel involved around Christmas for you here, Gemini, and you are maybe needing to be very careful of deer. Okay, so that's just a very random kind of message I'm getting coming through here. But, it feels as though, good news is on the way straight away with that energy. That's a fun, sort of playful energy, things, moving quickly towards you. Social energy I'm seeing here. We have the garden as well as the bear coming through. So the garden is, that social energy. So it's maybe somebody that you weren't expecting to meet up with over Christmas, and you will be meeting up with them over Christmas, or, somebody unexpected showing up to the Christmas lunch, the Christmas dinner, just in general. So the good news on the way. Okay, it does feel as though it may have to do it's just feeling a little bit unexpected here. I'm not necessarily seeing the unexpected cards popping up, but it's just meeting up with somebody, and it may be public spaces as well. Some of you may be spending time not at home, obviously, for Christmas, but not even at somebody else's home. There may be going somewhere, especially with the rider there as well. And I'm picking up a little bit of travel here. Some of you may be spending Christmas Day at a place out in public, at the I know a lot of families here in Australia have Christmas Day at the beach, have their little celebration on the beach, or at a public park where we have the barbecues. We can have cook up some lunch and have a bit of a family fun day where we are playing all these weird fun games for Christmas. Mostly cricket here in Australia, but I do sort of pick up that quite a lot of you may actually be just getting out and about a little bit more, out in public a little bit more for Christmas, rather than stuck inside the house. So very interesting energy there. We do see the bear coming through as well, which is talking about, it's very, very I'm getting a few messages here. So I'm actually, this is the card of boundaries, and sometimes it can talk about needing to protect your boundaries and have those boundaries up nice and solidly. Some of you need to, once again, I'm getting this deer message again. If you have, a lot of deer in your area, make sure you're checking your fences so that you're not going to get like a deer coming through and interrupting the party and things like that. So weird, because the boundaries, can talk about fencing in a physical sense here. So I am picking up on that. It does also talk about just protecting yourself in general. So just being a little bit careful, not doing silly things. Okay, no ladders for Christmas lights and things like that. You can see this little bear here with his little cast on his leg. So I just feel as though especially when you're out in public places, please be very careful. And especially those of you where deer may be an issue, be careful of those. It is a very, loving, nurturing energy. So for some of you here, there may be somebody, just a very lovely sort of mother bear kind of energy over Christmas. That may be where the accident happens too, Somebody's falling off something. It's because the mama bear is, be careful up there, and that actually distracts you and makes you lose footing or something like that. So it's kind of like the mama bear trying to tell you to be careful is what makes you have the accident. It's kind of weird. I'm getting a few things like that. So none of us want this public space that we're going to on Christmas to be a hospital. Okay, so please be very, very careful picking up there, Gemini. But you may be in a position where you're able to teach people some things this Christmas. Someone may be coming to you for advice, especially when it comes to how to do something safely and carefully, and how to avoid hitting deer on the road, or those sorts of things. So teaching opportunities, but also learning opportunities alongside those as well. Very interesting message for you there, Gemini. It's a bit of a very random one this time around. Okay, Gemini, any other messages here for our Geminis? Any other messages for Gemini over Christmas? Express your love. It is important to let people know that you love them. You have nothing to lose. What a great message for Christmas, Gemini. Just making sure that we don't forget to express to our loved ones how much they do mean to us, how much we do appreciate them. Once again, that Thanksgiving message of gratitude and telling people what exactly you are thankful for about having that person in your life. Thank you so much for earlier this year. This meant so much to me. Thank you so much. Express that to the people. It just makes things run a lot smoother for Christmas anyway. But we do also see nothing has gone wrong. Trust the process. This connection is divinely timed. So I'm kind of picking up here that, for some of you, that message we were seeing earlier about somebody unexpected showing up for Christmas, it may be for some of you here, it may be somebody who has said that they're unable to get here, and you're kind of going, oh no, something's gone wrong. They weren't able to get here. It's not going to be the same without them. And then lo and behold, they show up. It's kind of like, just trust the process. There's maybe a reason that they told, oh, I'm not going to be able to make it this year. It's because maybe they've got like a surprise that's part of the surprise is, them showing up. And, I feel like for someone here, it's like this person, you may not have seen them for a while, and they've gone and they've done something drastic, and they're, that's why they're wanting to sort of make an entrance at Christmas. I'm just picking up on potentially a Leo energy. I'm picking up on here where they're just wanting to be a little bit dramatic and check out my new haircut, check out whatever it is for this person. It's nothing really has gone wrong. So even if and I kind of feel that that's a lot of you stressing as well, that, oh no, I forgot to buy this, I forgot to buy that. Don't stress yourself too much over Christmas. Just trust the process. It's all going to work out. These connections are working out for you, especially the more that you're expressing, how much these people mean to you, rather than how much, the food or the presents mean to you. It's the people for you this year, Gemini, making sure we're expressing that, and, letting people know as well, expressing your love for lessons that people have helped you learn, okay, with that spiritual teacher energy as well. So, oh, you really helped me see this differently. I really appreciate that. It really means a lot to me that you gave me that advice and things like that. Okay, I know it was a bit of a higgledy-piggledy reading today, Gemini, but I hope that you all have a wonderful Christmas, and I will see you all again soon.